Good evening and welcome to MC Motorsports Broadcasting. We're here with WRL, Worldwide Racing League at Watkins, Glen. Got about 4 minutes left to practice. Looks like the track's only getting faster with time. And take a look. We've got 12 guys who put down a lap so far and 14 in the session, so a little bit smaller field tonight with it being a road course, but should still be a good race. As we see right here on track, I am alone in the booth tonight, and our very own Jonathan Casebeer is on the track in the 616 truck, making his first appearance here in this series. It's one of his favorite tracks. He's up in third right now, so he'll be someone to look at. But the story so far is the Cofields, father and son duo, they look really good right now with their single lap speed and their long run speed, so that'll be a story to watch as we get through the night tonight. Let's take an onboard look at a lap around here on with Kevin Stanley. Going to be a lot different than what you see on TV. They're going to be not running so far off the track with track limits being in play. They might use them here and there if they have to, but use them enough and they'll add up and you'll get that the drive-through penalty. You're going to see him drive it down into this corner. Braking points around the stop sign there. Somewhere between there and the little not TV, but the little shed that's there on the left. Carry a lot of speed here, and then right here this carousel turn, it's so loose. It's both loose and tight. You got to manage it. You see he's pushing a little tight and he gets back on the gas. It's loose. He's blinking in and out. One part of the track right there, you can use that axis there. You don't get an X for it. Come down through 6 and then into 7 for the last turn. Up on Jade Feathers as he's behind another guy. Right behind Lawver. He's going to back up the corner and hopefully get around, do a little crossover. You see Lawver get too far right there. And to set this up just right here, you can full throttle it, but it's very hard to set up. You see he has to blip the throttle, even then he gets loose. And he's still trying to save it. Once you start spinning these trucks, I've noticed it is really hard to save the truck, so you want to stay as safe as possible. And there's a lot of time to be gained if you push. And right there, I mean, Jade Feathers, he pushed really hard and he spun, but that's how you're going to get speed here. This track is very rewarding if you push it, and it's very unforgiving if you hit something wrong. So it's a track about give and take. There you can see a downshift. Not what you want to do during the race. More with Mark Cofield. Chase field here. See how he's backing up the corner compared to the person to Stanley behind him. Stanley stays up right with him, but he's going to get a little loose, and that's what I'm talking about. You can push these corners. You see he didn't lift as much, he pushed a little bit more, and it was risk versus reward right there. You see Stanley still hanging on to the truck. But with 9 seconds left in practice, these guys are head up for qualifying. See, the field is pretty close if you look at those fast times. Most of the field within about a second or two, so very close field today. Usually road courses you'll see a couple guys 2 seconds faster, but looks like a very close field. As we switch over to qualifying. There you go. We got Camerata. Nope. There we go. Camerata out on track. These guys aren't going to be pushing really hard on this first out lap. This doesn't count at all. You're just trying to warm the tires, not overdo it, kind of see what the track has in terms of grip, as the temperature is probably a little bit different than where it was in practice. So use this first lap. I think we'll see a little more up ahead. Or somebody spun up here going into the carousel. The bus stop. But that's what this little first lap of qualifying is for. You're gonna kind of run hard, not too much, just enough to get a feel for what the truck is doing, and then coming to the next lap is really when you want to push. Try and get as much as you can out of the truck. So you can get as close to the wall as you can there to get a good run down the straightaway. See how hard he pushes into here. He pushed pretty good in there. Oh, we can't go off track there, it'll ruin his lap. I'm not sure how far you can get off there if you can stay on the curbs or if you have to have two wheels on the track, but we'll see if this lap counts for him. This bus stop is where you can gain a lot of time. You can really eat the curves right there. You see him jump once, not there, but right there he jumps over it. And that can gain you a lot of time, but you got to be careful because it can really upset the truck if you hit him wrong. Right here you can jump over this curve. You can use this part, like I said before. A lot of guys will use that, some won't. I'm coming down through 6. Another corner. This whole back half of the lap is really where you're going to gain all your time. Make passes really 2, 4, and then into the bus stop. You're not going to be doing too much passing. It's all in the back half of this. As we see, he gets to the line and is going to set a 1:15.41. Not very fast unless times is slowed down. You see he gets loose there. That's going to ruin that lap. Head on back to Keith Ayres. A bit slower. Maybe the times have slowed down from practice, but we'll see. This Keith Ayres is going to come across the line. Going to set a 1:14.56. That's telling me that the times have not slowed down. They did not set very good laps. Lamb 1:15.60. You got more people crossing the line. Spear setting a 1:14.55 second right now. We're saying how the co-fields were very fast tonight. Already setting a 1:13.78 the first lap qualifying. We'll hop on board the second lap through the bus stop. It's so smooth, makes it look so easy. That's a very hard section of the track. Makes it look so easy going through there. So you're gonna be really careful through here. Waiting for the truck to turn. It finally does get back in the gas and go. Seeing the trap Mac pulling away from 4th place there, just from that corner. More up to P2. Send it into the corner, get a good drive off. Not too good. I think it could have been a little bit better. We'll see if he gains. 1:13.78. Zapata right behind him, 1:13.88. Case Beer completes a second lap. Going to be P2 to 1:13.85. And back Mac McDonald on his second lap. Got the Dodge Ram colors out here tonight. down the straightaway. That is going to put Matt McDonald. Looks like he's going to stay in 7th place. Hop on board with Zach Panzarella. Just comes around for his first lap. It's going to be a 1:14.13. Coming through those S's. So iconic here at the Glen. Lauver comes across the line, still 1:20.02. Looks like he's going to call it there. Looks like again Jonathan Cofield's not going to qualify. He was the either first or second fastest in practice, so he's going to try and work his way up through the field during the race. See if that works out for him. Ooh, he gets a little loose, but it's alright. Holds onto it. And that Daily Drivers Inc. car. He's going to stay P4 with a 1:14.13. And we'll take a look at Kevin Stanley Jr. putting down a lap. This will be the last car, I think, to qualify. There are a couple guys who haven't put down a lap, but they haven't come out yet. And nope. Looks like Kevin Stanley's having a little bit of connection issues tonight, blinking in and out here and there, but hopefully that won't be a problem on track. We'll keep an eye on it, but usually we get a little spread out here at these road tracks, road courses, and it's not too much of a problem if you're blinking unless you start battling someone, but you should be alright. Seems to be pretty intermittent. Might not give him a lap time since he blinked out. Yep, it'll give him a 1:15.44. So the field spread out by about 2 seconds here. Zach's still on track, putting down some practice laps. We got about 1 minute left of this qualifying session, so but while we wait, we pull up our other broadcaster who is in the truck tonight. Hello. You got me? It's Jonathan, the other broadcaster who's decided to race tonight. How's the track?
It's super hot. It's super slick. I don't think there's a corner exit out here that's not gonna claim a victim tonight.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of people are struggling, especially on corner exit. You think we're gonna see that big one on lap 1, or if it's gonna be pretty easy driving tonight?
If we see that big one lap 1, I hope it's behind the front row. I'm currently lined up next to Mark Cofield in the front, so I mean, if it keeps me out of it, I'll take it. If it's gonna involve me, I prefer it didn't happen.
Well, we see you doing good here. This is one of your favorite tracks. We do have Cofield, one on the beginning of the field, and one's going to be starting in the back of the field. Does that worry you at all?
Maybe we've seen in weeks prior what Jonathan's been able to do coming from the back, but those have all been at ovals. He gets up there quite quick. For a road course, I mean, we got 65 laps here, and there's a lot of traffic between me and him. I mean, he's gonna be looks like 13th if it doesn't reorganize itself. So we got at least 11 spots between us. I think it's gonna be about if we can get past Mark at all at the beginning to keep him behind. If not, he's probably just gonna run away.
Yep, and I think we're looking about 2 or 3 pit stops if I'm correct. Is that right?
Yeah, we're looking at like 17, maybe an 18th lap of fuel if you don't run too hard. It's about 17 lap. Get another lap out of it. But yeah, 65 laps is a good distance. That's why I chose it for my one-off with these guys. How they run actually inside the truck. So excited to be down here banging doors with them.
Alright, well, good luck to you. We'll be watching you, and maybe I'll pull you in for a mid-race interview if you're cool with that. Alright, send you back. Well, he seems pretty excited, as we've got, on track? Charles Irwin coming out to do a lap. Looks like they got more than 10 minutes. Might have 15 minutes for this qualifying session, so Irwin's going to put down a lap here. Might be able to get 2 if he's lucky, but I think we're looking at only about 1 lap here. Take this with an onboard again. He really pushed turn 1 right there. Yeah, you can see he just pushed it way too far. He's gonna hit the wall. Just tap it. He's gonna try one more go. Maybe not. He's gonna call it there. And I think that's what we're going to see in turn 1. I think we're going to see some fireworks down in turn 1, and if not turn 1, probably the bus stop. I don't think we're going to have a caution-free race as much as I'd like to, as much as a lot of the field, the front half of the field would like to, the front half of the field would love it. But that back half of the field, if they can get a caution those first few laps, that's be a huge help, and maybe even help some fuel strategy if they're able to pit there, and some people pit and some people don't. We'll have to keep an eye on that too. If we take a look at I don't know if this will be big enough, but we got the weather down on the right, 20-mile-per-hour wind, track temp 104, so as Casey was saying, a hot one. It's 2 o'clock in sim, so it's only going to get warmer and probably won't even cool down as we keep going. This is just going to be a hot one all the way around. As it looks like Charles Irwin might be trying to get another lap in. I think he's only got about 20 seconds, so I don't think he's going to be able to do it. I think that'll do it. Yep, that will do it for qualifying. Bring up qualifying results. We got Mark Cofield on pole, Jonathan Caspear second. Second row will be Javier Zapata, Zach Panzarella. 5th and 6th will be Will Moore, Keith Ayers. 7th and 8th, Anthony Camerata, Matt McDonald. Nicholas Lamb, Kevin Stanley Jr. rounding out the top 10. Just outside the top 10, 11th and 12th, Jade Feathers, Kyle Lover. 13th and 14th, Jonathan Cofield, Jacob Boyd Jr. And to round out the field, we've got Charles Irwin and Jeffrey Smith. See these guys lined up behind the Porsche safety car. Only do that on the ovals, or on the ovals, the road courses. So definitely cool to see that coming out. As the field rolls out, we're going to roll through 6, 7, and then get going. Don't have to do a full lap here as we start on a little short shoot. And these guys are saying they can go about 17, maybe 18 laps, so we're going to have a few pit stops. Going to be pitting pretty early, and I imagine we'll see most people down pit road if we do stay green, or do get that quick yellow as the pace car pulls off. Cofield, the green flag comes out, going to lead him down into turn 1. We look further back, it looks like everybody made it through pretty clean. We jump back to the front. Mark Cofield's got a pretty nice lead right now. Everybody's single filing out back there. We got a battle for P2. Jonathan Casebeer going to look to the outside. Not quite going to be there, going to fall into line. Want to be single filed down through the bus stop. They jump over the curbs. Looks like everybody behind is going to make it through nice. These guys are playing real nice right now. If we get that caution, it's going to take something huge. So I think we're going to run this race all green. Back at Matt McDonald, Kevin Stanley still blinking a little bit. Ooh, we got a car off. An incident, Charles Irwin. Take a look at what happened here. Ooh, he just gets it loose. Did he hit anything? No, he keeps it going, so that's a lucky break for him. He's going to be able to keep going. Jump back to live. Cofield's still in the lead. Javier Zapata second. Jonathan Casebeer on the outside of him through the S's. Not going to be able to make that pass. Going to try and cross him over. Not quite there. Zach Panzarella right behind him, though. Got a battle going on even behind that. Big battle back here. Everybody staying single file. Ooh, Zapata misses the corner a little bit. Casebeer into his bumper. Ooh, Casebeer goes around. He's going to stay out of the way, not lose too much. Get it going again. Panzarella up there sliding. Wow, this track has no grip right now. He's going to take it 3 wide behind. Jonathan Cofield getting pushed off the track just a little bit. As he dives it down in there, going to take those few spots. Ooh, Kevin Stanley goes around. And there he is. Gonna lose a lot of spots right there. He's blinking a little bit. On board, Matt McDonald getting pressured from Nicholas Lamb. And this is where it starts to just turn into run your race. Everybody's kind of found their spots. Now it's just pick people off one by one, try not to bleed spots, try to gain spots. See our biggest mover so far, obviously Jonathan Cofield. The biggest loser so far is going to be Jonathan Casebeer. But other than those two, Nobody's really moved, only up or down 1 or 2 spots. Ooh, his lamb goes around. He's gonna save it. Gonna tap the wall, be in the grass. Got a couple trucks coming behind him. Gonna stay green. Stay clear of everything. Jump up to Keith Ayers. Only down 1 spot so far. Kyle Lauber might have gotten off track a little bit there. Jump back up to these guys. Will Moore, Anthony Camerata, Jonathan K-Spear. Ooh, and back Kevin Stanley goes around again. Look back. Ooh, he's in the way. No damage from those guys behind. Gonna keep on rolling. The same thing. Same place as last lap. Gonna be way back there. Got a battle for second heating up. St. Panzarella right on the bumper. Javier Zapata. See how much these guys are eating the curbs. See Zapata going through the grass just a little bit. Back Jonathan Cofield gets by Keith Ayers. See if he tries to make the pass in K-Spear. Looks like we have Lauber off. See how that happened. Looks like he just gets loose coming out of the bus stop. Not going to hit anything. Should be good to keep going. Head on back to Jonathan Cofield. Trying to chase down the other Jonathan. Ooh, you can see K-Spear in the back end of that truck just sliding out like crazy. You guys have a handful tonight. We were wondering if Cofield would be able to make it up through the pack, and he's already up 6 spots from where he started. Jeffrey Smith up 3 spots back there in 12th. Ooh, and K-Spear gets around. He hits the wall hard. Got a lot of front end damage there. 2 trucks coming still. Take another look at that one. See if he got any help or he just spun it. And he just gets loose. You see him lift there. He's gonna hit the wall hard. See if he brings it down pit road or keeps rolling. Looks like he's gonna bring it down pit road. Probably use his fast repair. Put fuel in it. Might as well at this point. Hope for something to flip your way strategy-wise. Tough break for him. But that's going to move Jonathan Cofield up to 7. Or up to 6, 7 spots up. And right now on the back bumper of Anthony Camerata. We've seen him be so fast. Just putting pressure on these drivers to see if Camerata makes any mistakes. Looks like he's just going to kind of let him go by. He knows he's much quicker. Survived to see another day. He's going to battle back here a little bit. I think he's even with him. He's not giving it up easy. He's going to try it. Oh, there he goes. He's going to let him by there. Smart from Camerata. He knows that Jonathan's much faster than him. And he might as well lose 1 spot than lose to Keith Ayers, who's also right behind him. Racing. Good news for Jonathan K-Spear, still in the lead lap, although way far back. He might need a caution to have a chance, but might see something with fuel come from him. Jump up to second place. We got Zach Panzarella right behind our second place driver Zapata. Still that battle rages on. Sorry about that, forgot about the gap thing. It's been pretty good racing so far. we still have a good battle going on back there with Jonathan Cofield as he got by. Camerati is now fastly closing in on Will Moore. I think we'll see him get up and... Ooh, as Will Moore gets sideways, he's going to spin. And he's stuck on track. He's got to wait for these guys to go by. He's got one more to come by. And he's going to lose a lot of track position here. That's going to hurt him a lot. Spin it around and get it going. He's going to cycle into P10. And it seems like if anybody sees Jonathan Cofield in their mirror, they are scared. They are spinning right. He doesn't even have to be near them and he's spinning. Jump back up to the Zach Panzarella and Zapata fight. Staying pretty even with each other. Cofield's kind of just pulling away. Yeah, we're about halfway through our first fuel run, so you see these cars are really spread out so far. The leader hasn't really pulled away too much. It seems like they're just kind of staying at that 2.6 mark, and I wonder if they're just saving, maybe saving a little bit of fuel, trying to shorten, get one more lap until you got to stop. I don't know. These guys are definitely going to take tires with how slick it is. Going to want some freshies on it. I think every time. You might see some people try to take 2 tires, but it's going to be a tough call. You have to take lefts, I think. And we have somebody who's crashed. Looks like Kyle Lawver went off track. It sounded like an engine blown. Let's take a look at this. He gets loose. Ooh, he almost saves it and then head on into the wall. That's going to be pretty much a night over. He's going to have to tow, as we saw, and he's going to have to use his fast repair, so he's most likely going to be out of the race. I mean, he'll still be in it, but he won't have a chance to get back through the field at all. You can see he's still on pit road. Take a look at our leader, Mark Cofield. Slightly losing his lead just a little bit. It is still just staying at the 2.6, but the guys behind him don't really have much for him, and he doesn't have much for them. It's just really even right now throughout the pack. Okay, look back at 5th and 6th, Anthony Camerata and Keith Ayers. Anthony Camerata just letting people by, it seems like. He's racing him a little bit, and then he's realizing, alright, this guy's a little bit quicker than me. Gonna let him go by. It's a long race. We're not even a sixth of the way through it. He knows this. He knows. He's seen a couple guys go off track, some of the fast guys. But we gotta make it through some pit stops first. Take a look through the field. Behind these guys, we got Matt McDonald. Up 1 spot, Nicholas Lamb. Behind him, also up 1 spot, Jade Feathers. Also up 2 spots. Slide on back a little bit more. Got Will Moore. Had the spin. He was doing really good. Down 5 spots. Back a little further. Kevin Stanley. Down 11th. Had a couple of spins right there on turn 7, last corner. Fall back a little bit further. Charles Irwin up 2 spots from where he started. Jeffrey Smith gonna make a pit stop. That's not a pit stop. That's a crash. That's gonna be a tow. He's gonna tow, and he's gonna have to use a fast repair. And he's done. Commentator curse as he is no longer on track. Jacob Boyd never started. I guess we'll jump back up to the top. Is 14th. We got Kyle Lawver coming back out on track. He's going to be 2 laps down to these leaders. He's going to take a caution or 2, which I don't think we'll really get at this point, but right now he is ahead of Jeffrey Smith. And Jeffrey Smith quit after that. You see the field separating right now. Javier Zapata pulling away from Zach Panzarella, which was a close battle going on. Pack is spreading out pretty good here as we get within 5-6 laps of our pit window. Hop on board with Will Moore. There's a little bit of damage on the front of that truck. Hop on board anyways. Still putting down some good laps. Only about a few tenths off the leader, so damage isn't hurting him too much. Like he might be gaining a little bit on land as we get through this. Looks like this battle for second starting to have to switch back over here. Zach Panzarella once again is closing in on Javier Zapata. That lead still staying about just under 3 seconds. Watch on board as he tries to catch up. Now if we look out the backside, he does have Jonathan Cofield right behind him. He's coming through the field and quick. We know that he's really, really quick. Up 9 spots from the start. Ooh, up and over the bump there. That's a big hit of the curbs there. It's not going to hurt the truck, but there was a good chance he would spin out there as he's really gaining on Zapata now. Seems like if you take care of your tires, you can come back at the end of a run, as we see Zach Panzarella doing. Ooh, Panzarella gets a little loose down the straight. Gonna lose a little bit of time here. He sends it into turn 1. Gonna make it stick though. Up through the S's. Seems like these guys are very even. Every time Panzarella gets a little bit of a run on Zapata, he just pulls back away or Panzarella slips back. But the more that happens, we're going to see Cofield behind him. Just creep on up. You got these Zapata and Panzarella Cofield sandwich right now. And soon I think it's going to just turn into a Cofield 1-2 if this keeps up. These guys are definitely going to put up a battle as we see Cofield he's gonna get there. Spot up there gets off a little bit. Running so close to that wall there. That's what you gotta do to get the biggest run down the front stretch. You see they all do it, so they're all pretty even. Right there. Panzarella is just so much better on corner entry right there compared to Zapata. You can see him and Cofield just dive it in. They make it look easy. Ooh, Panzarella had a little bit of a bobble there. It's going to put Cofield in position for a pass. He's on his outside. He's going to send it in there. Side by side, he's going to go through the grass. Ooh, Cofield's going to give the spot back. It's going to hurt both of them. Looks like Cofield's going to have a little bit of a time penalty there. But that could be the race if he gets stuck back there. As he is 8 seconds back. It's going to give Panzarella some breathing room, but really, that gives Zapata some breathing room. As we look back, he's about a corner back. See Zapata exiting the corner now. Zapata and then Panzarella back there just exiting. They were on each other's bumper. It cost Panzarella about 3 seconds. And that's a gap that they have not been able to close to the leader. So we'll see if Panzarella has anything left. These guys are going to have to pit in a couple laps. Drop back to Wilmore and Nicholas Lamb. Saying earlier that Wilmore looked a little bit faster than Lamb, and looks like he finally got by him. Check on back a little bit further. Jade Feathers, Kevin Stanley back there. Stanley's still having a little bit of connection issues, but nothing major, at least yet. Jump back up to the leader, who might be pitting. I know they're close. Looks like he's going to go another lap. Check this view. There it is. There's Zapata coming in. Zapata is in. See if we got any more takers in the top 5. Nope. Looks like Zapata's going to be the only one. He seemed to be struggling a little bit on tire. He's going to try and jump a little bit more of a gap there on Panzarella. Maybe close that gap with Mark Cofield. As you see, he is the only one who's pit so far. It looks like he might be just the only one within the top 10 to pit. Gonna come on down, take left sides. There's Wilmore. Taking right side, so he's going to take lefts and rights and fill it up. Keep on going. Wilmore comes in. Pit stops are on the right side, a little different this week. Makes it just a little bit tougher for these guys. See them pulling to the right, not as hard as they usually do. See if he takes that fast spray. It doesn't look like it. Looks like he's going to try and just keep rolling with it. Must not be too bad. He's not going to take tires. He's going to fill up. He's going to try and gain some spots here. As the leader's in, Mark Cofield, Zach Panzarella, and Jonathan Cofield are in. Our leaders are in. Looks like second's going to stay out of Ayers. He's going to go another lap. We knew it was close. They said you might be able to get 19 if you stretch it, and he's going to try it. He's going to be the only one. As we watch. Now we're looking for Zapata. Where is Zapata? Zapata's coming around right there. We'll see if he gains anything, pitting one lap earlier. Cofield's still not off pit road, coming out now. This is going to be a close battle. We'll see. And Zapata's going to blend right with them. And he's right back in it. This is a battle for the lead. Zapata with 1 lap older tires. They are warm already though. Just looks like Zapata doesn't really have much in it. Zach Panzarella is going to jump to the inside. He's going to think better of it. He locks up the tires. He goes through the grass. It's not what Panzarella wanted. It's not what he needed. He needed to stay up close with these guys. We saw Mark Cofield pull out a good bit of a lead. Someone I don't see is Cofield. Jonathan Cofield looks like. Doesn't look like the times on pit road are that much different. I don't know if something happened or. Keith Ayers on pit road. Came down a lap later, is going to lose a little bit, but he wasn't up in that battle. As we see Jonathan Cofield going by Nicholas Lamb on the inside. A roll right on by. Jonathan Casebeer still out there as he had pit early. Same with Will Moore. Hop back up front. This battle's still going on. Mark Cofield's led every single lap except for when he was pitting. These guys have pulled out almost a 3-second lead over Panzarella after making that little mistake through the bus stop. Hop on board with Zapata here. Oh, and he's loose. He's pushing the car right now. He's trying to get up to Cofield. He just can't get up there. There's a really good run through that corner. Let's see if we can close the gap down into 1. He pushes a little bit harder than Cofield. He's going to make it stick. He's a little bit tight. He's going to get loose on the exit over the bumps, and it's going to lose him some time. He had a really good corner entry in the middle of the corner. He got a little tight in the middle, but just lost it all on exit. Looks like he might be a little bit faster right now. Cofield might be saving some tires for the long run, knowing he's got the lead right now. He's got Nicholas Lamb and Jake Feathers in pit road. You see Zapata just so aggressive under braking. He's able to close that gap so easy, and then he struggles on the exits. And that might be by design from Mark Cofield. He might be backing up these corners just a little bit to keep that gap on the corner exit so you can't get the run into the next corner. As the battle behind heats up, Jonathan Cofield gonna make a dive on the inside here. He's gonna go right by him. Panzarella's gonna let him by. Seems these drivers got a lot of respect for Jonathan Cofield, as we've got a Javier Zapata sandwich now. And he wants to change that. He wants to get in front of Mark Cofield, upset this 1-2 Cofield battle. It seems like he is faster right now. He just can't create a whole corner. They go up through the S's. We got a slow car. Will Moore. More damage for Will Moore. That right front's not connected. That's not good. He's going to be done for the night as Lamb goes around back there. Charles Irwin's got to make evasive maneuvers. And Will Moore's going to try and baby this thing back to pit road. Hopefully he can make this corner. And that's a tough break for Will Moore. We already saw him get damaged once, and now he's pretty much going to be done for the night. He hasn't used his fast repair, so we can still use that, but it's going to be a long night for him being this far back. You can see he's going to try to get to pit road here, but he's got to cut in front. He's going to have to wait. He's going to make a hard right turn. The battle for the lead heats back up. Seems like Zapata's just kind of stuck. Seems like every time he makes that run to the beginning of a corner, he just can't get it done. See Nicholas Lamb trying to get back by Jade Feathers. You know, we talked about Kevin Stanley back up to 9th place after a couple of spins. I mean, you just stay in the race and you'll be alright. You see Kevin Stanley Jr. doing just fine, hanging on pretty nice up in P9. I mean, it's not great, but right now that's about middle pack. After 2 spins, it's a great day for him. Jump up to P8, Anthony Camerata. Up to P7, Jonathan Casebeer. I believe he still needs to make that pit stop. Last pit on lap 5, so he's gonna have to come in here any lap, probably this lap or the next lap, and lose all that position he has. Another position, got Matt McDonald. 5th place, Keith Ayers. Zach Panzarella in 3rd. Jonathan Cofield up 10 spots in 3rd. Javier Zapata in 2nd, obviously, and Mark Cofield in 1st. As this battle just keeps getting closer and closer. Take it on board again. Zapata being very patient with Cofield. And I think he's just being patient. I know he wants to get around him, but he doesn't want to push the issue too much. He knows as long as he can stay close. He sees that lap traffic up ahead. I think he's probably waiting to catch that and use that to his advantage. See, Mark doesn't quite hit the apex there. Zapata's going to back up the corner. Doesn't really work how he wants it to. Zapata falls back just a little bit. Jonathan Casey on pit road. They're going by him right now, as you can see him exiting pit road. Not going to lose a lap. Going to be in P12 minus 10 spots. These leaders coming up to him quick. I think he's going to let him by, not being a regular. But he knows he has newer tires, so. Not back outside. Got Cofield starting to close that gap a little bit again. Looking in and out a little bit. Those lap cars are starting to battle a little bit up in front. Take a look at that for 10th place. This could be a roadblock for these leaders and really shake up the front if they catch them at the wrong time. You see, they're all quicker than him. Ooh, his Cofield back there gets a little bit loose off the corner. Doesn't affect his lap too much. As the pass is happening in front of them. Jade Feather's falling back. Mark Cofield going to try and work around, but Zapata's right on him. If he makes one bad mistake, one wrong lane choice, Zapata's right there. Zapata gets a little bit loose through the S's. That's going to make that gap bigger and give Mark Cofield some options. As Jade is going to back off and let this top 3 battle out, not get in the way at all. As the leader, you love it. As 2nd place, you hate it. You want to use that lap traffic as much as you can. Looks like Jonathan Casey is a little bit quicker than the leaders on those new tires, so he's not going to be a factor, but he is coming up on Lamb. Zapata's holding on really nice. We saw him pull away to almost a 3-second gap the first time, and this time he just cannot get away from Zapata, as it looks like Cofield has dropped out. And Javier Zapata crashed. Oh, he just gets loose. He hits the wall. It's not too hard, but that's going to lose him all of his track position. That's huge. That's going to be a huge weight off the shoulders of Mark Cofield, as he's pulled away now to a 1.3 second lead and a 1-2 Cofield field right now. As Zapata has now fallen behind Zach Panzarella. We take a look at that front of that car. It is torn up, that right front. We saw Will Moore survive with it, but now that track position is gone, and it seems like it's hard to pass here. It's even harder to make up positions. You don't really see too much jumbling in positions unless you get into something. Unless you're Jonathan Cofield, but the rest of the field just hasn't really been able to do too much, as Zach Panzarella 8 seconds back from the top 2 of Cofield, as they are deep in traffic, as Jonathan Cofield having a little bit of connection problems. Lamb's going to let Mark Cofield by. His battle cools down a little bit. Take a look back at Matt McDonald and and Will Moore. 2 different laps. Panzarella trying to get around a little bit of lap traffic here. Jonathan Cofield's still blinking out pretty bad now. It's gotten really bad. Nobody else really around him, so it might not be a problem, but as you get to more and more cars, it's going to be really unpredictable for some of them. See Jade Feathers on pit road. Looks like he crashed coming to pit road. I think this was the plan. This was a scheduled stop. Nope, that's not a scheduled stop, but it is now a scheduled stop as he comes down pit road, and we'll see if he stops. Looks like he's going to drive all the way through. Jonathan Cofield seems to have cooled down his tires a little bit to making another run for it. Coming around the corner way back there, you can see Zach Panzarella with a 9-second deficit. You can see back here, Keith Ayers got by Javier Zapata. That damage is hurting him. He's really struggling out there, but he holds on for a 5th place. I think that's still a win in his book after everything that's happened. Nicholas Land on pit road. See what happened here. Looks like he pulled it in and called it a night. So he's done for the night. All I can imagine, pulling out pit road and then parking it. You can see Cofield still trying to close that gap. You see he's still blinking in and out, but it hasn't been easy for him. I mean, he got up here and he's been having a hard time passing the 97. Getting back to 8th and 9th. Oh, and Charles Irwin's going to go for a slide. A big slide at that. Great save from him. And that's one you'll be thinking about for a couple laps. He won't be able to go full speed through there like he wants to. He's going to be a little conservative. But him being up 5 spots, one of our biggest movers of the day, up 5, second biggest mover. I mean, he's having a great day so far, up to P9, good points day. We go and look at the leader as that has completely heated up. Cofield is there. Well, they're both there. Jonathan's there. This lap traffic of Jonathan Gasebeer is not really getting in the way. He does have a little bit newer tires, so he's going to be a little bit faster. This gap was about a 0.7 a few laps ago, and these guys aren't near their pit stops yet. They pitted about lap 18, so they can go quite a bit longer here. So if this is Mark Cofield running out of tires a little bit, This is going to make it that much easier for Jonathan Cofield. We saw him passing cars late in the last run. Javier Zapata down pit road. See if he gets that thing fixed. Kevin Stanley has gone off track. See what happens here. Ooh, Charles Irwin just gets into his bumper as he blinks out. That's a tough one because Charles Irwin just can't see that that's happening. Go back and take another look at that from onboard Charles Irwin. You can see the 5 blink out and then he's there. Yeah, there's nothing the 7 can do there. That's just, we're saying it's not a big deal if the 5 is blinking until you get into traffic and start racing. The 5 still going around on track. P10 now. This one I haven't talked about too much yet. Matt McDonald up to 5th place, having a good day. Pretty far back from P4, but a lot of these guys are not road racers, so as long as you can keep it on track and keep it clean, you can gain some spots. So we've seen Matt McDonald, relatively boring day from him, but up in the top 5. Keith Ayers P4, Zach Panzarella P3, Jonathan Cofield second. Right behind is the slap traffic. Jonathan Casper is becoming a problem, it seems like. Casper is going to swing wide. He's going to pull out of the way for the leaders. But the damage is already done. Cofield to the inside of Cofield down into turn 1. Neither of them lifting. Looks like Jonathan dives it in there. He's going to make a stick, and Mark's going to pull away. Man, their names are confusing when they're side by side. Battle for 6th and 7th heats up. Zapata has blinked out, and it looks like, can't see that right front yet, but he has gotten it fixed, so he'll be able to use all that speed he had before. He should be able to get back up through the field. You see Camarado swing way wide. That's going to give Zapata a good run down the front stretch. Should be able to clear into 1. We jump back up to the lead. These guys are not giving up on each other yet. Guys have pulled over a 10-second lead from Panzarella. We'll look back and we could see we still don't see him. And there he comes right there in the back. He's going to pit. Zach Panzarella is going to come down pit road. He's going to try and do as much as he can. I mean, it's 11 seconds is a long time. He's going to try and put new tires on it and get as much as he can out of the car. While these guys are still up there battling for position. They come through the S's. Down the back straight. Cofield's there. Jonathan Cofield's there, but he just, the same thing that was happening to Zapata. He just can't get around him. I don't know if it's dirty air or if they're just waiting, but the more you wait, the more time that leader has to just have a chance to pull away. Panzarella's still the only one down pit road. And we are just past halfway in this race. So still a long ways. Anything can happen. 65 laps around here is a long time. A little over an hour race. These guys aren't pitting yet. Cofield's going to get a good run. Jonathan Cofield, good run down this front stretch. Not enough to make a move, but it's just that little bit he keeps making, these little gains, and nothing of them. Because the pack is pretty well spread out. This is the closest battle on track for first and second, which is not usually what you see at a road course. Jonathan got up to a 0.1 second, and then he had to slow it down to not run into the back of him. Matt McDonald down pit road. So it looks like the pit window is open. I think these guys can make it if they save a little bit from lap 45, so I don't think anybody can make it that for another 10 laps. There's no way. As we see the leader coming in. Both of them, both Cofields coming in. Let's see where Keith Ayers is, what he does. Panzarella we were talking about. He did pit already. He's on the bus stop. Keith Ayers is gonna go another lap, so he's gonna gain the lead here, at least for now. You see those guys pitting down there. And they are doing in their pit stalls now. Gonna take 4 tires there. Both guys taking 4 tires. Jump on back here. Zach Panzarella. Looks like he gained a good amount on these guys. It's not going to be enough, but he's slowly making gains. That McDonald went off track. We'll see what happened here. Was just talking about how he's having a good day. Oh, and hard into the wall. That's going to be a day ender. Let's take another look at that. Oh, we see it's just the bumps. He goes over the curb and it upsets the car, and it just sends him straight into the wall. That is not good. It's blown engine. He's going to have to tow back, and that's pretty much day over for him. He's going to have to use his fast repair and eventually get back on track. But I was just talking about how he's having a good day, and you see him down in 12th now. Never like to see that. Keith Ayers coming down. Looks like we missed the pass for the lead. We'll go back and look at it. Right here. See what happened. Oh, so it seemed like it happened on pit road. Didn't even notice that, so the lead is switched over on pit road. Just done a little bit better. And Jonathan, they had the same exact pit time, so that was all done by Jonathan. Jonathan Cofield's really having a hard time staying in the lobby. He's going in and out as the leader. It makes it so hard for Mark Cofield because he doesn't really know where his competition is. We step back to Zach Panzarella, gained 5 seconds there on what was 11 seconds back, so these guys still have to make another pit stop. So we could see him, if he does that one more time, he'll be right there with them. These guys can make it for about lap 45, so there is a chance of the option of not taking tires there in about 5 more laps, or at the end of the race, and trying to jump somebody. You could take no tires. That's an option. You see the tower messing up a little bit. That's just Jonathan Cofield is popping in and out from the service. See this race going on with Will Moore and Jonathan Casebeer. Jonathan's going to let him by. Not really battle too hard as Will Moore goes way outside. Going to let Jonathan back. Jonathan battling back pretty nice up to 8th. after the really early spin and damage, having to take the fast repair. Good to see him back up there. Still very far back. First car 1 lap down. Take a look back at third place. Oh, fourth place. Fourth and fifth place. Starting to heat up with Keith Ayers and Camerata. Will Moore down pit road. And pit box now. I'm gonna take 4 fresh tires. Jump back over to that fight with Keith Ayers and Javier Zapata. Coming back really nice after his spin and damage with the wall. He fell back a little bit, but he's making his way back up there. He's pretty far back. It's going to take a miracle for him to get back up near the lead after battling for it, but great recovery for him. Matt McDonald back out on track like we were talking about. B is a lap down. He is battling right now with Will Moore on the same lap, so he can still gain that 1 position. Will Moore just came out of the pit road with new tires, so it's going to be a tough pass. We've got this battle heating up for 4th place. And it just seems like if you get to the back of someone, you just can't make that pass. You got to wait for them to make a mistake. It seems really hard to make the pass. Jade Feathers in the pit road there behind. Sneaking in back there in 8th place. As we have 25 to go here. 26. Oh, and Keith Feather gets around. He's going to hit the wall. It's not too bad, but he just lost that battle. And that's what I was talking about. It's so hard to pass. These guys push so hard. I was talking about it in practice. You can push really hard. There's so much to gain on the track, but as we can see, there's so much to lose. He's got some right side damage. It's not too bad. It shouldn't affect him too much, but the only thing it really affected was his time, and now he's that far back from Zapata as we see Zapata taking off. Closest battle on track right now would be 5th and 6th back there. Anthony Camerata, and back there Charles Irwin. We're talking about him doing really well, up 8 spots. He's got a fast truck tonight. He's making it work. Coming from the back, making his way up. Will Moore seems like he is crashed again. We'll take a look at it. He goes through the grass and ooh, he taps the wall. He spins. Oh, and into the wall hard. That's going to be a night ender for Will Moore. Already used his fast repair, I think, and just not having a good day here. He's so many struggles. He was doing pretty good in the beginning, and then this is just heartbreak. You see he gets out of the truck. He's done for the night. Keith Ayers up to 4th. Camerata the 5th. Irwin the 6th. That is our lead lap crew as these guys have lapped the field up here. I don't know. I think Cofield has disconnected. I think he's done. Yeah. The 58 of Cofield is lagged out, and that's going to put Mark Cofield up front. I figured that would happen at some point with just how much he was blinking in and out. But what that does is that puts Panzarella, if he can gain that 6 seconds that he did last time on pit road, that's going to be huge. We saw Mark Cofield not have a good pit stop and get passed by Jonathan Cofield. As we got another crash, Anthony Camerata. We were just talking about him, and see what happens. Another one through the bus stop. Oh, just a bad downshift, it looks like, and right into that wall. That's not good. We'll go back and look at that again from his cockpit. We'll see what happens. Yeah, just a bad downshift. Gets those rear tires spinning and right into the wall for him. there. Camerata falling back. He's got a damaged car. He's going to have to bring this into pit road, try and fix it. You see, all this is happening. And here comes Gasebeer. Going to go by Camerata for 6th place now, a lap back. So his crash early isn't really going to hurt him. I mean, he could have been up there battling for the lead. Who knows? But you stay in these races. We talk about Charles Irwin taking advantage of everybody else. Up 9 spots. Our biggest mover. Up into 5th place. This is a great run for him tonight. I mean, I can't say enough about it. I mean, we've seen him just stay nice and clean. He had that one thing with Stanley, but nothing he could do about it. P4 is about half the track away, so I think this is where he's going to be stuck unless there's another crash. But as long as he keeps in it, this is going to be a great finish from Charles Irwin and a great points day for him. Head back, Kevin Stanley. Talked about him a lot, blinking in and out. Couple crashes, couple spins, but still P7 plus 3 spots on the day. Jade Feathers back there in 10th. Gonna round out the top 10. It looks good on paper, but just kind of not been there. Not good speed, but has survived. That's kind of the name of the game today, is just survive, as we only see 10 cars out on track still, if that. So it seems like if you just survive, Javier Zapata goes off track a little bit. Take a look at that. Now it just sends it wide and down in turn 6. Camerata seems like he's crashed again. Take a look at this. He just got the car fixed. He sends it over the curb and it just doesn't come back the other way. That's a weird one. Let's take a look at that again. From his onboard. He turns it in, goes over the bump, and then just doesn't turn back to the left. I think he just jumped the curb too much. Pull back on track, and once you have that first little accident, it's so hard to get back into rhythm. You can see Mark Cofield pulling out to still just a 7-second lead. Panzarella's holding on pretty good. Right now he is running just a little bit faster lap times, only by about 4/10, not much, if anything. This is going to take a really good pit stop, because these guys are just getting into that pit window. These guys are very close. About another lap or two and the window will be open. I wonder if we'll see some guys take no tires or just take the 4, and I guarantee we see some guys, maybe Panzarella, try it. He's not going to lose anything. He's far enough ahead of 3rd that if he takes no tires, and so does Mark Cofield, he could be up there with him, but he's just going to be on old tires, so it's really hard to make that strategy. We see the 75 off up there, right in the bus stop. Jade Feathers right in front of Panzarella. Take a look at what happened. Oh, this one. Right here. And it looks like just another downshift. Just what happened to Camerata, just a bad downshift. Tires start spinning. They get hot and you downshift at the wrong time, and it just sends the back of the truck around. Lucky for Panzarella not to hit him. That was a really close call. And before pit stop start, let's pull Gasebeer up from the track. Hey, Gasebeer, it's Matt in the booth. We're on board with your truck. Saw you have that crash early, but really good rebound. Still a lap down, but P6, got to be happy with the comeback.
Go right, overcorrected left, and then just spun out backwards and put the entire right side. It hasn't done that at any other point in this race since then, so that was just some sort of freak moment, I guess.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of cars right now, right in the the bus stop. They're downshifting too early, and it's really wheel hopping those back tires. Is that a problem you're having right now with those rear tires not having any grip?
A couple times I've downshifted into the bus stop, yeah, and the rear end kicks out a little bit. I about put my right front into that right side wall on the entry at, mock Jesus because of it, but I haven't done that yet, so.
Yeah, we've seen that twice now. You guys are coming up on pit stop, so I'll send you back down. Good luck to you. Great rebound on the day, and we'll see you later.
Appreciate it.
A little onboard action, something we can do when we got a broadcaster in the race. So cool that he's out here running. He really wanted to run this. Sucks he got in the accident, but still a great rebound. We check on with the leader. See, he's really tight there. We'll do a lap on board. Maybe a couple here. You can see he's just so smooth. He might not be the fastest, but he's really doing a good job at keeping smooth through the corners. You see right there a little slide from the rear end. But overall, just a really good job from him today. See him really slow in the entries of these corners. He's doing everything he can to just keep it on track. Have some solid laps, nothing flashy. As the next guy behind Panzarella, 7.5 seconds back, almost 8, as Zapata comes down pit road. Take a look at that pit stop. See what he's gonna do. As you can see, pitting on the right side today. A little bit different for these drivers. Pit road speed about 35, 37 miles an hour, so this would be maybe 40, but it's really slow, so much different than every other track we run. See him pulling through the boxes here. He's gonna stop in his box. Ooh, he might have missed a little bit. No. Gonna put left sides on it. Gonna put right sides on it, and he's gonna pull out. Try and gain a little bit. Only lost one spot going to pit road technically. Keith Ayers. That's how spread out this field is. Our lead lap cars, we got Charles Irwin, the 5th place, up 9 spots. Javier Zapata would have been 3rd, would have been right where he started. In 3rd right now would be Keith Ayers, +3 Zach Panzarella down pit road, up 2 spots, and Mark Cofield in 1st place. We'll see what Zach Panzarella can do. He really gained a lot of time on the leaders. That last pit stop was back 11 seconds, but now he's only back 7. He gained about 5, so that would put him right where he wants to be. We'll see if he takes tires here. He comes in, stops it, has to back up. That's a huge penalty. That's going to be time lost on pit road. It's not huge, but it's going to be day ending just about. He would have needed a really good pit stop here to gain any time, but we'll see what happens where he cycles out. But that's going to be rough for Panzarella as he comes out of his box. He took the 4 tires. You see he comes out right behind lap traffic of Kevin Stanley. We jump on board with the leader. See if he's coming down this time. Getting really low, slowing it way down. He's going to be coming down. Take a look at it. 40 miles an hour. Slow pit road. Keith Ayers. You see him on the track map. In between 5 and 6 on that short chute. He has a real chance of jumping the leader if something happens bad. Mark has a bad pit stop. Keith Ayers, I don't think he has pit yet, so there he is. Keith Ayers in this time, so he hadn't pit, so he wasn't obviously going to pass the leader. But now we see in turn 6, Zach Panzarella. He's going to take 4 tires. Mark Cofield. Zach Panzarella took 4 tires. Let's see this difference as they come off pit road, where they're going to cycle out. Go on board Mark Cofield. He's coming out now. And Zach Panzarella is going to be way back. You see that stop, minus 10 seconds. He lost 3 seconds on pit road with that little bit of a stumble. That's really going to hurt. That's kind of just giving the race right over to Mark Cofield. Would have had to have a monster pit stop, but it's that little mistake. It's going to hurt him on the day. It's still a P2, so we can't be too mad. Matt McDonald down pit road making his stop. I'm not seeing anybody take no tires. Last person to do that was Keith Ayers. And he was one. He took 2 tires. And you see what it's doing. It's put him right up with Zapata. Taking just 2 tires. Or no tires. One of the two. And you gotta think, is it worth it? It gave him all this track position right to be right behind Zapata, but does he have the tires to actually make the pass is another question. And it looks like he's starting to fall back a little bit. Zapata's getting heat in those tires. It's worth trying because you get that track position. If anything happens, you could get in front of him and just play the block game, but looks like it's not going to happen for Keith Ayers. He tried it, but he didn't lose anything from doing it. He's going to run way wide here. Yeah, his tires are really hurting right now. Jump on back. And Charles Irwin is yet to make his pit stop. Same with Jonathan Casebeer, is yet to make his final pit stop. So everyone in the top 5 has top 4 made their last pit stop. Seems like Camerata has made that final pit stop, so he might be able to jump some of these guys in front of him. You see Ayers starting to fall back. Starting to fall back to Zapata, not by much, but I don't think those tires are going to be able to hold on. Charles Irwin makes a stop. Panzarella gets a little bit of an off track here. Let's take a look at what happens here. This is not a place you want an off track, yeah, and this is just a spin. He hits the wall with the front nose hard, and he's actually down pit road. He took a tow, so that's gonna be pretty much a day over. Not day over, but he's way back there now. He's gonna have to he's out of the truck. He's done. He's calling it a night. And that's going to put Jonathan Casebeer up into 4th place. After, Keith Ayers, or Charles Irwin made his pit stop. Jonathan Casebeer up here still has to make his pit stop, though. He's going to fall back down eventually, but P4 running right now. He's got to be happy with it after that early spin. It's just, I was saying, it's all about, what is it? All about survival. So Kevin Stanley Jr. making his pit stop. These guys' last stops of the race. So you can see the leader right now going by, trying to get by Irwin, put him a lap down. Trying to get 4 cars only on the lead lap. Casebeer should be pitting here any lap. There it is. And Irwin is going to get that spot back, but Jonathan Casebeer P5. Second and third, still a pretty close battle. I mean, if Zapata makes any mistakes, Ayers will be right there, but it's just that tire deficit. It's just too much to actually make the pass by yourself. We see Cofield take away 25 seconds on the field. It would have been really interesting to see if Jonathan didn't disconnect to where they would have stacked up together. They were running really, really well. Very close lap times. The 2 fastest guys on track. But can't talk about what ifs. This is a game about survival. And don't think there's many guys who haven't been anything today. I really think it's only Cofield is the only person. You can tell that just by the lap, how far ahead he is. The only one without a mistake. And we came in saying it'd be a battle about surviving, as we see Casebeer battling with Camerata. Jonathan just coming off pit road, going to have those fresher tires. Quite far back from Charles Irwin, so no real chance at 4th place there for him. Charles Irwin could have a chance at getting 3rd. Right now his lap times are I can't tell quite yet. He's still in his out lap. Charles Irwin has come back down pit road. I wonder if he didn't put fuel in it. I don't know what happened. This is gonna give Casebeer 4th place. I don't know what happened there. I don't see that he went off track at all. I don't think he had any damage. He's still on pit road. Let's see if we can go back and see if anything did happen. The only thing I can think at this point is maybe a speeding penalty, but we'll go back and look at when he came out pit road the last time, if he was speeding. That was a while ago, so I don't know. He's now coming out of pit road, and he's way back in 7th. I was saying how he's having a good day, and just like that, that good day is out the window. Still up 7 spots where he started, but I mean, there's so much left on the table for him. I don't know what happened, but as we say that, we've got Keith Ayers on the back of Zapata again. Nice little battle here. Still can't quite get to the back of him. Seems like they've pretty much, the tires of Zapata have heated up and are starting to wear out a little bit, kind of evening out with Ayers. We got 10 to go. Back at the top of the screen, can't quite see it. Jonathan Casebeer pulling away from Anthony Camerata just a bit. Anthony Camerata 5th. Matt McDonald, after everybody's misfortune, he's back up there, up into 6th place. We were talking about how he's having a slow day, then had a crash, and now here he is again, back up to 6th. Ooh, right there, Charles Irwin taps the wall after coming out of pit road. Look back a little bit further, quite a bit further. You got Kevin Stanley Jr. in 8th, Jade Feathers in 9th, and then from there on back, everybody's out. A lot of guys retired. It's going to give a lot of these guys having bad days like Feathers and Stanley. Just, if those guys kept running, they would have been way further back. So really all about attrition here. Not too much racing going on, mostly about attrition. A couple battles here and there. It just seems like Keith Ayers taps the wall there. This battle's really heating up back here for these guys, 4th and 5th. Kind of the closest battle we've got. Seems like Casebeer can't quite get into the corners as good as Camerata can, and then Casebeer will pull away. Take a look on the nose of Camerata. See him jump, just how much they jump over these curves. Might not be doing it too much now, but you can see he completely misses that curve. Jumps over this one. Oh, that's just not a great corner right there for Camerata. He's really hurting. He's waiting and waiting and waiting to get back on the gas. The truck just won't turn. Given everything he's got, he's only got 8 to go. No, he's going to pull it down pit road. Did these guys miscalculate fuel? What's going on? Why are these guys pulling down pit road? Is he pit yet? Pit lap. I was pretty sure all these guys had already pit. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, he's putting fuel in it. He did not get enough fuel in it the first time. And I'm pretty sure he had already pit, and maybe I just missed it. Interesting, as we look back, Charles Irwin's starting to close in again on Matt McDonald. Charles Irwin, I mean, it was such a great day before he had to pit again, but coming up on Matt McDonald, might be able to make a top 6 work for him, up 8 spots if he gets there. Looks like he's closing pretty quick. See back there the leader in the distance coming through the bus stop now. Ooh, and Irwin's gonna spin. He's gonna save it. A great no, and he spins it more. He hits the wall. And gonna have the leader coming. He gets out of the way of the leader, and the 7's gonna keep on rolling. Got some right front damage, as we can see there. Not too much, but man, Irwin pushing just a little bit too hard, trying to get Matt McDonald. A great day turned into a really tough day quick, and at the end of it, when you got no more time left to try and make some spots up. You see Keith Ayers really hanging it out there, trying to get as much as he can out of the truck with Zapata in front of him. These two guys racing as hard as they can. They're basically racing this like it's for the lead, because Cofield's just so far away. There's nothing they can do. And if anybody else is going to be close on fuel, it's going to be that Javier Zapata, pitting the earliest out of these guys. Lap 47, a 65. It's going to be close. I think he should be good. I think he knows what he's doing, but still running the car pretty hard. Running the fastest laps on track right now. Almost half a second quicker than our leader. Matter of fact, we saw Zapata run out of fuel a couple weeks ago. That Pocono coming to the line, so he likes to get it as close as he can. I think he pit as early as he could too, to try and get in there. Something to watch is we only got 9 trucks left on track. Started with 15 on track. The boy didn't start. We got 5 to go. Our leader in pretty much clean air, a couple lap cars, but pretty much clean sailing as long as he keeps it on track. And Irwin go off track. I think that's the one that we had seen already. Yep. That's from earlier. And everyone that's not these two are pretty much just riding around. As you see the track map, everybody's pretty spread out except for these two guys. As we see huge gains made by Keith Ayers right there. And he's back in this fight. We take a look on board. Zapata goes really wide. He's going to get a good run, but Ayers gets a really good mid-cornered entry. And this is another battle. We've got a battle going on for second place. And this is not over with 4 laps to go when these guys pass the line. And you've got to think Ayers is giving it everything he has right now. See, these guys are really wearing the truck, so you can see just how long they have to wait to get back on the gas going through there. About even on corner entry, middle of the corner. Zapata hits the curb, is going to send him up a little bit. It still seems like Zapata's a little bit quicker, but it seems like Ayers is a little more consistent. And that's what you give up here. I was saying, remember, it's track. You can gain so much and you can lose so much depending on how much you push. So it seems like Zapata's really going for the hard push, really getting as fast as he can, everything out of the track. And Ayers is really taking it a little more consistent and gaining back. You see him really cut the course there. And right here, it seems like Zapata just cannot get the car to turn how he wants it. Neither can Ayers right here. You can see he gets tight. He's going to get up over the curb. And these guys are very even right now. Last lap times, they were dead even. Take a look on the backside of Zapata. You see Ayers, he's just right there. You see Zapata have a lockup. It's going to hurt his time. Ayers is there. We go up through the S's and up the hill. 3 to go. A little bit of debris on track. You can hear it. And Ayers is really pushing. He got everything he could out of that corner. He's going to stay in the gas. Going to get all the way down the long back straight. Hop on the nose of Keith Ayers. Ooh! He's going to get into the back bumper of the 24. He made a mistake. He's going to get a wide entry. He's going to cross him over. And I was saying it. The 24 is going hard, getting everything out of the track, but it's giving him mistakes. The 17 is a lot more consistent right now. These guys are giving it everything they have with 2 to go. And I think as long as Keith Ayers can stay in that mirror, get close to him, Zapata's going to make a mistake. It just keeps happening. We'll hop back on board that nose cam of Keith Ayers. He's going to look to the inside, kind of get him nervous. Go back to the outside. Going to be even with him. Get over the bump a little bit. That's going to unsettle the car and not let you get the gas back down. As you can see, the 24 pull off just a little bit. The 24 gets wide. He's going to have to lift through here. He's not going to be able to hold it fully out. See him get really wide, tap the wall. The 17 is going to have a good run down the straightaway. Going to be able to get a good run into this bus stop. These guys 2 to go. This is their last few corners. Ooh, you see the 17 hop the rears. This 24 gets out. He's going to spin him. He's going to hit him. And Zapata goes around. He's slow. We saw. Take a look at that again before the white flag comes out. But these guys going for everything. The 24 misses the turn. And the 17 just sends it in there, and the 24 is way off pace. The 17 was never going to make the corner. Neither of them were. And that's just 2 guys going for it as hard as they can. We'll jump back live, back to our leader, Mark Cofield. As he comes down the back straight, the last time, white flag is out. Going through the bus stop. One more time through the carousel. See him taking it real easy here. This has been one of the most dominant performances of the season by any driver. I don't think he lost the lead except for during pit stops. We're going to lap all the way up to 3rd place. You can see Matt McDonald right in front of him as a lap car. Only 6 cars on a lead lap. Everyone else 2 laps or more down and out. As we come into the final corner, turn 7, Mark Cofield coming to the line. He is going to lead almost every single lap at Watkins Glen and win by a landslide. Mark Cofield. Take a look back at P2. You can do some burnouts here. P2 and P3 still going for it. Doing burnouts. We'll take a look at Keith Ayers. Gonna stay in front of Zapata here. Keith Ayers going to come home P2. 37 seconds back. Javier Zapata coming out of turn 7 also. Going to come home about 47 seconds back. Jonathan Casebeer bringing it on home P4. First car 1 lap down. Anthony Camerata coming around for 5th place. Solid day for these guys. I think if you finish within that top 5, it's just a really good day of keeping it straight. Matt McDonald had a couple mistakes, but keeping it going. See, we have Jade Burr pushing the 24 back around. We knew he was close on fuel. Let's go take a look at this. See when he ran out. We knew it was going to be close. If he started sputtering at the line or what. Take a look at this. Look at the cockpit. And yeah, he's sputtering right here. We knew it was going to be close. He loves to run this thing out of gas coming to the line. We'll have to talk to him about that. But, well, let's go talk to Keith Ayers. Or Javier Zapata if he's around. Not yet. Let's pull Jonathan Casebeer up here to finish off this broadcast with us. Where is he? Let's see. Hey, Casebeer. Alright, the race is over. You there?
I'm here.
Alright, I figured I'd have you up here. Do some interviews. I don't know if you got any beef with anybody. But I know there is some beef on track after that one. With a lap crash. Don't know if you saw any of that.
Didn't see any of it. I saw my relative and I caught up to Javier somewhat there near the end. But, you know, the only beef I have is with my own brain. I watched the replay back. And the end of lap 5, coming through the carousel, I upshifted before the truck was straight. It sent a lot of torque to the rear wheels and it just spun.
Yep.
I came back to 4th, which really makes you think.
What could you have done, you know? But it seemed like everybody had a problem. Everybody but the leader. Everybody but Mark Cofield had a problem today.
Consistency is clearly key, and that's what I showed, because once I did that, I didn't have an issue the rest of the night with anything, and clawed back past everybody else that kept having issues. Old Zach Panzarella, our buddy there, I think he looped it in the S's and had to, he was going to try and stick it out if he was competing, and then once he looped it, he had something to go do that he was crunched on time for, so he didn't stick around after he looped it. But solid race from him. Solid run from Jonathan as well. Unfortunate internet disconnection there.
I was saying,
Mark
I mean,
with a fantastic run though. I mean, it's a playoff lock right there for Mark.
I was saying if Jonathan stayed in it, I mean, that would have been a heck of a battle between those two guys.
I was thinking no matter what they did last lap, Mark's going to get the win, because I almost think Jonathan would have let him by to secure that playoff spot since he's already locked in.
Still waiting on guys to join waiting room. I might pull them in from their respective places, but you think I should?
I don't believe that they know that they can come on up, but
I'm gonna.
You want to start with Javier? P3?
Yeah, we'll grab him.
Javier.
I don't know if they know. I'm gonna put it in the little chat.
Javier just left his chat. I watched him disappear.
Oh, hold on.
Give him a ping. We'll get him back. Keith Ayers and Mark Cofield. Trying to get some of these guys back.
Who else did we have in the top 3? Keith
Keith
Ayers and Mark
Ayers
Cofield.
and Mark Cofield. Oh, there's Javier. He's in the waiting room.
There we go. Pull him on up. Hey, Javier, it's Matt and Jonathan in the booth. How you doing?
Hey guys, how's it going? Going good, going good.
We saw a fantastic battle out of the two of you guys, you and Keith Ayers, that last few laps. I mean, really the last stage of the lap, or of the race. It was a great battle between you guys. It looked like you were really pushing as hard as you could. Didn't care what mistakes you made in the 17. Was pushing just as hard, was making just a little bit less mistakes. Want to walk us through those last few laps?
Yeah, those last few laps were fun. I mean, Keith and I are teammates, and we were just, talking about when he was going to catch me, and playing mind games, and so it was all in good fun. And yeah, we're trying to send it in there every time. So, yeah, good race, good last few laps. I didn't have enough fuel to finish, so at the end I was still gonna have to coast a little bit there because I crashed when I was second behind the leader early on, and I had to pit earlier, so my whole fuel strategy went out the window. But still a good day, third place, and Keith got second, Tony got fifth, so it was a good team day.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it at Pocono. You ran out of fuel there. We didn't get to talk to you after that one. But you like to run it close on fuel, make it real exciting for us up in the booth. But you think you could have done anything different there through the bus stop? It looked like you ran it a little bit wide, and then he came in a little bit hot. Do you think it was just kind of on both of you, or?
Just a racing deal.
Yeah.
I overshot it a little bit. I think he might have wanted to get around there, but my truck was kind of stopped, so no fault of his.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, just good fun, racing, and I may need a fuel strategy guy for the next one,
Yeah.
so I don't keep running out of fuel. But yeah, all good, all fun.
We have K-Spear up here. He was in the race. Anything you got for him, K-Spear?
No. I'm glad I didn't run you over there on lap 2 through the bus stop. That was what sent me sideways. I was checking up to not hit you because I nailed the corner a little bit better than I thought I would. I didn't hit anything. I fell back to like 7th, and then it didn't matter because I killed myself 3 laps later anyway.
Well, good day for you. Finishing P3rd. No, you wanted P2, but still a great day. It seemed like a day about survival. You got any shout-outs?
I think a shout out to the whole group of racers here. I mean, we don't do this every week, in and out road racing, and I think we're getting better at it and doing much better than in the beginning. So season's getting better. I think we have Richmond next week as a season finale, so we're excited about that, and let's see what happens in the playoffs.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what points are going to be like going into that race. It's going to be really exciting for that cut line. But thanks for coming up here, and good job tonight.
Thank you. Sure, brother. Have a good day.
You too. All right. Do we have Ayers around? Is he around?
He did not stick around.
All right. Well, I think we got both sides of that story. If he comes back around, we'll get him. But let's grab our winner.
He's chilling in his own chat. I could just yoink him.
Yeah, let's do that.
Oh, Xavier, he had me a little. Yeah, hey, what's up,
Jonathan,
bro?
Michael in the booth.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
Hey, man. Absolute dominant win from you. 37-second gap on Keith there at the end. It just seemed like the entire night was just mistake-free. I don't know if you saw outside the racing line a single time from what it seemed like inside my truck.
I actually, my Jonathan, he helped me a lot, stay calm and not overdrive. So, kind of what I concentrated on and not sliding my rear tires, staying in a higher gear, and hitting my braking zones every time to not grew up a good race like I usually do at that track, because I've got probably 1,000,000 miles at that track. And every race, I wind up doing something stupid to kill myself.
You know, we saw you today. You ran the best race out of anybody in here today, besides maybe Jonathan Cofield, except for his disconnection issues and connection issues. I mean, you were spot on today. You didn't make a single mistake that I saw. Pulled away when you had to, and then pit stops looked great. You want to say anything about how hard it was to just stay consistent? It seemed like that was really the name of the game. It seemed like if you got in anything, you were the one to beat.
Yeah, it was just staying consistent. That first pit cycle, I think it was, Xavier pitted one lap before me, and when I came out, he was right on my tailgate. So I had to run that section pretty hard and still try not to make mistakes. And he was dive bombing, and I feel like driving pretty hard trying to get by me. And there was once or twice where I cut him off. He was inside, and but I felt like, if I could keep him behind me long enough for him to get his tires a little wore, that because I knew the run before that I had gapped him pretty good after the tires got hot. So he wound up getting after it a little too hard coming out of the last turn. Hated that for him because he was really fast.
Yeah, we saw him hit the wall there. Not too bad, but he just lost everything he had and could never make it back up. It seemed like if you were right behind someone within that half a second mark, it was really hard to close up. Was that a dirty air thing, or just trying to find a hole, wait for the person in front to make a mistake kind of deal?
Yeah, whenever I was catching a lap car, I would try not to run up on them getting in the corner, because a time or two that I did, I could tell that my truck really pushed hard. I would have to get on a lot of front brake whenever I was catching somebody. So yeah, the dirty air, especially into turn one, kind of seemed like it was. But other than that, I mean, it's not really that big of an error thing. Just not making mistakes in the bus stop is probably one of the biggest things, and then not overdriving the entrance to the corners.
So you talk about the bus stop. Something I was noticing is people would downshift just a little bit too early and start wheel hopping those rear tires. Did that ever happen to you? I know a few crashes happened because of that. Did that ever happen?
Well, it used to, and I changed my shifting zone, so I am pretty much down to my speed to go through the bus stop before I ever do downshift.
All right.
But yeah, I used to do that, try to use my downshift to help slow the whatever I'm driving down. And I used to have out as close as I run to that guardrail,
Right.
it would cause me to hit. If I shifted too early, the car would shift lines, and I would wind up
Yeah, we saw that.
killing myself on that guardrail.
I think we saw that 2 or 3 times today. And something about these trucks and Xfinity cars on the road courses, if you downshift just too early, those rear tires just completely disconnect from the ground and send you. But good win for you today. I mean, that's got to be great for you for the playoffs. Only one more week next week, so that's got to be huge for you.
Yeah, I should be around 6, somewhere in there in the playoffs anyway. So, but yeah, that's
a look right
a
quick.
big
I can let you know your seating.
It was a big confidence boost anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen you run up front and then a couple bad incidents, kind of like second, third, and then something will happen. But I mean, today you put it all together, and I mean, all together. Today was perfect. I mean, the only truck without an incident, I think, without any kind of off-track incident or any mistakes. So that's what it takes to win these road courses when we don't have any cautions. So congratulations to you. And I mean, you got any shout-outs?
Yeah, I want to thank Jonathan Cofield for helping me, giving me some direction in our racing. And Cofield Supply and Service and Cofield Asphalt Refinishing. Thank y'all for your time that you spend broadcasting this, and thank all the admins of WRL for putting this on.
Hey, you thank us. I mean, we love doing it. I was kind of skeptical going into it, like, maybe this won't be too fun, but I'm enjoying it so much. You guys put on a great show every week, and we're getting better at it, and it's just fun. It's so much fun to watch you guys race. I think I'm going to do Darlington, so that'll be fun. I'm glad Casebeer got in there today, and yeah, I mean, awesome job from you guys. That's my shout out this week.
Yeah, well, like I said, y'all been doing a heck of a good broadcast, so just keep up the good work, and we appreciate what y'all do.
Thanks, man. Hopefully we'll talk to you next week.
Hopefully so. Thank y'all.
All right, and that was Mark Cofield, our winner. I mean, in absolutely dominant fashion. Probably one of the most dominant finishes we've seen all season. And usually we say that about the other Cofield, but tonight Mark got it done, and I mean, I just can't say enough. That was dominating. Just no mistakes at a road course, and that's what it takes.
Absolutely. And with the result I put up tonight, and I mean, it was a P4, which doesn't seem that bad, but just a simple mistake I made put me out of fighting on the lead lap with anybody in the top 3. I mean, not saying I could have been close to Mark, probably not. Nobody was on his level tonight, but I at least could have had a chance to finish second or do something else rather than first car lap down in 4th. But getting a taste of racing with these guys, I'm almost debating if they'll have me. They got the Charlotte Roval in their schedule in the playoffs. I'm almost thinking about running that road course as well.
Hey, you had a lot of speed tonight. If it wasn't for that mistake, I'm sure. I mean, I was gonna say you'd be up in the top 5, but I mean, you drove yourself back up there anyways. But it's kind of like one of those. Who knows what would have happened? But
It's a big what if. What if I didn't upshift too early?
I'm sure Mark Cofield was pretty happy he saw you go around because he knew you were a little quick there as the race winner.
Well, yeah, they got 60 laps on deck in about a month for the Charlotte Roval that starts their round of 8 in the playoffs. So I'm definitely going to get approval from those guys. I'm sure they won't care that I run. They've got you approved to run their playoff round of 12 opener at Darlington. So we'll see if I can get back on track with them and put up any better of a result.
Yeah. Do you have the results pulled up?
From this entire race?
Yeah.
Just a split second.
All right. Well, I'll start us off. We saw Mark Cofield, I'm going to say it again, in dominant fashion, P1. Keith Ayers, Javier Zapata, P2 and 3, flipped right there in the last few laps with a little incident. Our own Jonathan Casebeer, P4. Anthony Camerata, P5. Matt McDonald, P6. Charles Irwin having such a great day early and a couple mistakes late put him back in P7. Kevin Stanley Jr. actually had the opposite, not too great early, and came back at the end up to P8. Jade Feathers 9th. Zach Panzarella 10th. And you have the rest.
Yep, Jonathan Cofield, unfortunate with a disconnection, 26 laps remaining, brought it home 11th. Will Moore ended up parking it early as well in P12. Nicholas Lamb, Kyle Lawver, Jeffrey Smith, all parking it early as well, back to 15th. And then there was a no-start driver, Jacob Boyd Jr., had the 16th place spot, didn't start the race. Fastest lap did go to Jonathan Cofield, though. He put down a minute 15:3:08 on lap 21.
Yeah, I mean, he drove from the back all the way up to, I think, 4th or 5th, maybe 6th during that first pit cycle. So he was...
I know before I spun, and I was running 6th on lap like 4 or 5. I'm in chat with Zach Panzarella, and I look at my relative, and it says Jonathan Cofield, and I look at my mirror, and there he is.
Yeah, he was
cut
quick.
Half the cars in front of him off in 4 or 5 laps. Like, He's always unbelievable anywhere we go.
Yeah, we were talking about road course ringers, and it seems like just the fast guys were fast here. It doesn't seem like there was really any outliers in terms of speed difference. I mean, maybe Nicholas Lamb was a little bit slower than he usually is, but I think he had a couple mistakes. But I think everyone kind of cycled where they were supposed to be, like compared to an oval. So I think it translated well.
Yeah, if these guys can continue to put on good races each week, definitely look forward to seeing how the rest of the season shakes out. Playoffs are coming up extremely quick, and we'll eventually get to crown ourselves a regular season champion. Don't remember if they get any bonus playoff points for that, but after that we'd have, what is it, 3, 6, 7 weeks till we get a full champion crowned at Phoenix. So definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah, well, I think that's going to end us for tonight. Great race from these guys. Good race from you, Jonathan. I mean, little misfortune, but great drive either way. And where are we next week? Richmond?
Next week is Richmond for the regular season finale, 150 laps.
Well,
Last chance to get in the playoffs.
that's exciting. A short track and the last chance. Can't wait for it.
By then, we will have the updated point standings to show who is where and who needs what, as well as who is mathematically locked in. And then we'll also have to take a look at who's made enough starts to be eligible.
That'll be interesting because Coster didn't make it again. I don't know if he was locked in, but
he was locked in with wins, but he still needed some starts as of a few weeks ago, and I don't think he made them. So I believe that'll knock Tanner Coster out of the playoffs.
wow. So that's something we'll bring up at the beginning of the next broadcast. Catch you guys up on points, and hopefully some of those guys can make it, but we'll have to check it out. But that'll do it for us here at MC Motorsports. We'll be back next week at Richmond. This was Michael Matta. That's Jonathan Casebeer in the car this time. And we'll see you next week.